everybody, this is Aaron Kasinitz, your Baltimore Ravens beat reporter from PennLive.com and the Harrisburg Patriot News. We're going to just real quick today wrap up some of what the Ravens have done through this first wave of free agency. The NFL the NFL operating year began at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. Now, a lot of teams haven't announced their signings and trades because of complications partly related to the coronavirus outbreak in terms of getting physicals and getting contracts finalized. Putting pen to paper, that sort of thing. But what we know is that the Ravens have really addressed the defensive line. According to reports on Sunday, they traded for a Pro Bowl defensive end, Calais Campbell, from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then the following day, they signed defensive tackle Michael Brockers, a free agent who had spent the early part of his career with the Los Angeles Rams. The big thing that this really does, the big takeaway message, that the Ravens got much more versatile on their defensive line. The past couple years, the Ravens' two best defenders up front, the interior defenders, were Brandon Williams and Michael Pierce, who are both natural nose tackles. So what they did was they played those guys together a lot, but Williams would kind of play, as a defensive end, a defensive tackle, whereas Pierce would play the nose guard, and they're both a little bit out of position, or at least Williams is a little bit out of position. Now Brandon Williams will move to the middle. He'll be the nose tackle. Michael Pierce left. He signed with the Vikings in free agency, but now Williams is back in the middle, kind of his natural spot, and they've got two really good players who fit a little bit more. Michael Brockers is considered one of the best run defenders in the league. Calais Campbell, also considered a very good run defender, but he's a great interior pass rusher. He's had 31.5 sacks the past 3 years combined. That's more than 10 a year, and the Ravens have not, over the past couple of years, had any player reach that 10-sack mark. So it totally transforms the defense, gives them a lot more versatility, and now on the defensive line, the pieces fit together a lot better. So that's really what they've done. They don't really have enough caps. The Ravens don't have enough cap space to do too much else. They've re-signed some guys, including on that defensive line. Jahad Ward, Justin Ellis will come back. And they've addressed some other spots. They re-signed DeAnthony Thomas, the wide receiver and returner. But they haven't been able to do too much else in terms of going to get outside guys because they don't have too much cap space after agreeing to a new deal with Campbell and signing Brockers. So over the next couple of weeks, I think what you need to watch for, and even the next couple of days, the Ravens do have some holes on the roster. I think inside linebacker is the biggest one. LJ Fort is there, but other than that, they don't really have another guy who's established. The Ravens also might want to add some depth in the secondary. Maybe they want to add another tight end with Hayden Hurst being traded to the Falcons. They certainly have the draft picks to address some of those small needs, but those are the kind of things the Ravens can do from here on out. They can't go sign a big name wide receiver, for instance, but over these next couple of days, look out for maybe if they can find a cheap wide receiver who's willing to come on a 1 or 2 year deal for $1 or $2 million a year and can be a good special teams player, be a good blocker, and then they'll make more major additions in the draft. But so far in free agency, the Ravens made their two big moves, and both of them, gave the team defensive linemen who can rush the passer, who can stop the run, and who are a little bit more versatile and a little bit more accomplished than the defensive linemen they've had on the roster in the past.